Check your bank statement right now. Netflix, Spotify, gym membership, meal kit, cloud storage, Disney Plus, Amazon Prime, productivity apps, gaming pass. Add it up. You are probably looking at $200 to $500 leaving your account every single month. And here is the uncomfortable part. When was the last time you actually used half of them? This is not just happening to you. The average American household now spends over $270 per month on subscription services. That is $3,240 per year. But the truly disturbing part is not how much you are spending. It is that these companies have engineered a business model so psychologically perfect that you keep paying for things you do not use, cannot easily cancel, and barely remember signing up for. To understand how we got locked into this nightmare, we have to go back to the early 2000s. Imagine it's 2003. You're sitting at your desk and you need Microsoft Office. You go to Best Buy. You pick up a box. You pay $150 once. You own it forever. Same thing with Adobe Photoshop. $600 up front, but it's yours. You can use it for 10 years if you want. This was the old model. You paid for ownership. Then something changed. In 2013, Adobe made a decision that would reshape the entire software industry. They announced you could no longer buy Photoshop. From then on, you had to rent it, $20 per month, forever. People were furious. Designers started petitions. They threatened to boycott. But Adobe did not blink. They knew something we did not. Here's what Adobe understood. Under the old model, if you bought Photoshop for $600, Adobe got $600 one time. Maybe you would upgrade in 3 or 4 years. Maybe you would not. But under the subscription model, if you pay $20 per month, Adobe gets $240 per year. In 3 years, that is $720. In 5 years, it is $1,200. You have now paid double what you used to pay, and you own nothing. If you stop paying, the software disappears. Adobe's revenue became predictable, and their stock price exploded. Every other company was watching. Microsoft moved Office to Office 365. Streaming service killed DVD ownership. Gyms stopped offering pay-per-visit passes. Even car companies started charging subscriptions for heated seats. The shift was complete. We went from buying things to renting access to everything. Now here's where it gets dark. You might be thinking, so what? I use Netflix. I use Spotify. It's worth it. And for some subscriptions, you're right. But the industry isn't counting on the subscriptions you actually use. They are counting on the ones you forget about. In business terms, this is called monthly recurring revenue, MRR. And investors are obsessed with it. A company with MRR is valued at 5 to 10 times higher than a company that sells products one time. Why? Because MRR is predictable. It is a financial annuity. You become a human ATM. Here's how the math actually works. Let's say a streaming service signs up 10 million customers at $15 per month. That is $150 million in monthly revenue. Now, about 5% of those customers will cancel each month. That is called churn. But here's the secret. The other 95% do not cancel, not because they are using the service, but because they forgot, or it is too much hassle, or they will get around to it next month. These are called zombie subscriptions, accounts that are technically active but functionally dead, and the industry makes billions from them every single year. Think about the last time you signed up for a free trial. It was easy, right? One click. Maybe you did not even need a password, just your email and your credit card. But when that trial ended and you wanted to cancel, suddenly it got complicated. You had to log into a website, navigate through 3 menus, and find a hidden button labeled Manage Subscription. Then they hit you with the guilt screen that warns you that you will lose access to all your saved content. You have to confirm twice. Maybe they make you call a phone number. Maybe they offer you a discounted rate to stay. By the time you are done, you have spent 15 minutes and you are emotionally exhausted. So you think, I will just cancel next month. This is intentional. It is called a dark pattern, a design trick that makes it easy to say yes and painful to say no. And it works. In 2021, the Federal Trade Commission started investigating companies for exactly this practice. but enforcement is slow. And in the meantime, companies are still banking on your inertia. But there is another psychological layer to this that almost nobody talks about. It is a concept called the sunk cost fallacy. Once you have been paying for something for a few months, your brain starts to justify it. People tell themselves they have already paid $60 for a gym membership, so they cannot cancel now because that would mean they wasted the money. But here's the truth. The money is already gone. Keeping the subscription does not get it back. It just bleeds you more. The rational move is to cut your losses. But our brains are not rational. They are wired to avoid admitting we made a mistake. Then there is optimism bias. Every month you tell yourself that next month you will start going to the gym. Next month you will read those news articles. Next month you will use that language app. But next month never comes. Companies know this. They are not selling you a service. They are selling you the idea of a better version of yourself. The version that meditates daily, learns Spanish, and cooks gourmet meals. And as long as you believe that version might show up next month, you keep paying. Let us look at some real numbers. In 2022, a study by C+R Research found that the average American was paying for 4.5 subscription services, but only actively using 2.5 of them. That means nearly half of all subscriptions are zombie accounts. Another study by West Monroe found that Americans underestimate their monthly subscription spending by an average of $133. We do not know how much we are paying because the charges are small, scattered, and automatic. They vanish into the noise of our bank statements. And it is getting worse. Look at the streaming wars. 10 years ago, you had Netflix for $8 per month, and you could watch almost everything. Today, if you want to watch all the shows people are talking about, you need Netflix, Disney+, Hulu, HBO Max, Apple TV, Amazon Prime, Peacock, and Paramount+. That is over $100 per month just for TV. The industry fragmented on purpose. They split the content across platforms to force you into multiple subscriptions, and the price keeps rising. Netflix started at $8. Now it is $15.49 for the standard plan. Disney Plus launched at $6.99. Now it is $10.99. These increases are buried in emails you do not read with subject lines like updates to your account. But here is where it gets truly insidious. Subscriptions are no longer just for software and entertainment. Now they are coming for physical goods. You can subscribe to razors, toothbrushes, vitamins, and dog food. BMW started charging a subscription for heated seats, a feature already installed in the car you bought. Tesla charges for full self-driving as a monthly add-on. We are moving toward a world where you do not own anything. You rent access to everything, and the moment you stop paying, it all disappears. So, what can you actually do about this? You cannot fix the entire system, but you can stop being a victim of it. Here is how. First, audit your subscriptions right now. Open your bank statements for the last 3 months. Highlight every recurring charge. Add them up. If you have not used a service in the last 30 days, cancel it. Do not tell yourself you will use it next month. You will not. There are apps like Rocket Money and Truebill that can help you track this automatically. They will even cancel subscriptions for you. Use them. Second, use virtual credit cards. Services like Privacy.com let you create a virtual card number for every subscription. You can set spending limits, or make the card expire after the free trial ends. This way, when the trial converts to a paid subscription, the charge gets declined automatically. You do not have to remember to cancel. The system does it for you. Third, set calendar reminders. If you do sign up for a free trial, immediately set a reminder for 2 days before it ends. Not on the day it ends. 2 days before. That gives you time to actually cancel without last-minute panic. Fourth, favor annual over monthly when you are sure. If you know you're going to use Spotify all year, the annual plan is usually cheaper than paying monthly. But only do this if you are absolutely certain. Otherwise, you are just prepaying for something you will abandon in March. Fifth, demand easier cancellation. The FTC is working on new rules that would require companies to make cancellation as easy as signing up. But that only happens if we make noise. Leave reviews, complain publicly, support companies that make cancellation simple, vote with your wallet. The subscription economy is not going away. But you do not have to be a passive participant. Every dollar you spend on a zombie subscription is a dollar that could be in your savings account, paying off debt, or funding an actual vacation instead of funding someone else's quarterly earnings report. The next time you see a Start Free Trial button, just remember, there is no such thing as free. You are not the customer. You are the revenue stream.